Good morning, children. So, we are back with vocabulary and grammar of lesson number 5, the Samurai Warrior and the Tea Master. So, children, all are ready with having notebooks in their hands, pencil and notebooks. Yes? Let's see. First part is vocabulary, wherein we are going to discuss about collocations, adjectives and nouns. Children, what is the meaning of collocations? It's altogether a new term for you people. A collocation is two or more words that are frequently used together. For example, this is strong coffee. Here, strong coffee is a collocation. However, we cannot say powerful coffee, even if strong and powerful mean the same thing. Need to know which words will work together to make the word combinations sound correct. There are several different word combinations that can make up a collocation. Strong coffee is an example of an adjective plus noun collocation. Some more examples of adjective plus noun collocations are fierce duel, foul smell. Here duel and smell both are nouns, and the words which are used before them are adjectives, fierce and foul. So we cannot say strong duel. Yes, we are saying fierce. We cannot say usually we are saying foul smell. So it means these words are going together, adjective plus nouns. Yes, their combination sounds correct. So these are collocations. Okay, children. Here you have exercise. Choose the correct adjectives to form correct collocations. What are the words given here? Let's discuss. Number one, he has a rich or high vocabulary. Number two, a strong or powerful wind was blowing. Number three, the mother has deep or high love for her children. Number four, the noise of loud or heavy traffic can drive you crazy. Number five, he spoke with a heavy or strong American accent. Number six, I took the express or quick train to the airport to save time. Children, you do it independently and you will get the answers afterwards to cross check. Now, grammar part. A. Fill in each blank with the correct pronoun. Number one, why are dash crying, Amit? Number two, dash have submitted our notebooks. Three, I know that boy. Dash is my neighbor. Number four, Raman is absent because Dash has a fever. Number five, look at the flowers. How beautiful Dash look. Number six, she did not attend the phone, but I have sent Dash a message. Number seven, he looked at Dash in the mirror after putting on his new shirt. Number eight, the king loved his daughter very much. He never scolded dash. So children, the pronouns, this lesson is already done in the grammar part. So you will have to go through the definition as well as the types of pronouns to fill in the blanks. But here are also some description given of pronouns, subjective and objectives. Here in this video I have covered pronouns with their subjective kind. Okay, let's see. So let's discuss the meaning again. Pronouns. A pronoun is a word used in place of a noun that has already been mentioned. This is done to avoid repeating the noun. For example, Paige was tired, so she went to bed. Paige is not repeated again, so what is taken at her name? At the place of her name? She. Next, we have personal pronouns. Personal pronouns are used in place of nouns referring to specific people or things. For example, I, me, you, yours, her, we, they, and them are pronouns. These pronouns are divided into different categories according to their usage and role in a sentence. Are you getting, children? Like they are playing the role of subjects, they are playing the role of objects. So that depends upon the usage in the sentences. Let's see what next. Subjective pronouns. What is the meaning? The pronouns I, you, he, she, we, it, and they are known as subjective pronouns because they act as the subjects of verbs or subjects of sentences. For example, she saw Paige. We drove Vicky home. I waved at her. So she, we, I. What are these? These are subjective pronouns because they are making the actions, or sometimes if they are they are the speaking ones. Like I am a student. Yes, here main action is missing, but still who is speaking? I. So I is the subject. Here in the third sentence you can see, children, I waved at her. Who waved at her? I. I is the subject. To whom did I wave at? Or whom did I wave at? When you will get the answer of whom, that time you will get the object. It means action of waving at is happening on whom? Her. I waved at her. So her is playing the role of objective pronoun in this sentence. So simultaneously we have learnt both subjective and objectives. Children, for learning it in detail, you will have to get the pages of pronouns. Lesson number, you just see, find out and get the types and the meanings and make the clear notes in your notebooks. Okay, children? So here we have finished this video. Next video will come back with the new topic and new part of learning. Children, till then you just keep completing writing skills as well as the part of speaking and listening independently. Okay, children? So we end up this topic here. Till then, stay blessed, stay healthy. Bye bye.